Some people feel everything and show almost nothing. And if you've ever been on the receiving end of that, it can mess with your reality in a way that's hard to explain. Because you can sense it. You can feel the weight behind their silence. You can feel the way they track you, the way they react to you without saying they're reacting, the way their energy shifts when you get closer, the way they retreat right when the connection starts to deepen. And you're left in this mental loop that's exhausting because it's not just about missing them, it's about trying to prove to yourself you didn't imagine the depth. You're trying to answer one haunting question. If they felt so much, why didn't they show it? Here's the clean truth that clears the fog. People show love in ways that match their capacity, not in ways that match their feelings. Feelings are internal. Capacity is relational. Someone can feel a lot and still be emotionally unsafe. Someone can miss you deeply and still be unable to offer consistency. Someone can care and still choose self-protection every single time closeness asks for responsibility. So yes, it's possible they felt more than they ever showed you. But the part you need to understand is why hiding it can become their default. Because when someone doesn't show what they feel, it usually isn't because you weren't worth showing. It's because showing would have required a kind of emotional bravery they don't have. Showing means exposure. Showing means risk. Showing means being accountable to the reality they created in you. If they admit they care, they can't pretend their silence didn't hurt you. If they admit they miss you, they can't keep you as a casual option. If they admit you mattered, they can't vanish without consequence. So they keep it unspoken. They keep it implied. They keep it in looks, in timing, in almosts, in half gestures, in watching from a distance. Not because it's romantic, because it's safer for them than the truth. And this is where people get trapped. You start treating unspoken feelings like a secret love story, like you're decoding something rare, like you're the only one who could understand them. But unspoken feelings aren't intimacy. They're avoidance with emotional residue. They're what happens when someone has emotion, but not the maturity to hold it with action. And if you want this to go viral in your mind in the best way, let this sentence land. Hidden feelings don't protect love, they protect fear. The reason it feels so confusing is that your body is picking up on signals that are real. You're not crazy for sensing it. People leak feelings even when they refuse to confess them. They leak them through inconsistency, jealousy, curiosity, lingering, coming back at strange moments, keeping a thread alive, needing to know you still exist. They leak them through the way they can't fully let you go. But leakage is not love expressed. Leakage is a person trying to have you without holding you. And that's what keeps you stuck. Because your nervous system keeps reading the leakage as hope. If they feel this much, maybe they'll finally show it. But what if the real pattern is, they feel it and they still won't show it? That is what you must be willing to accept if you want to stop suffering. Now, there are a few core reasons someone can feel deeply and still not show it. 1. Shame. Some people have shame around needing anyone. They learned that needing makes you weak, that wanting makes you vulnerable, that caring gives someone power over you. So they keep feelings private as a form of control. 2. Fear of responsibility. If they show you they care, you might expect consistency, clarity, repair, real partnership. And if they know they can't or won't provide that, they avoid showing anything that would obligate them. 3. Fear of rejection. If they admit what they feel, they risk you not feeling the same, or they risk you seeing them too clearly. And some people would rather live with longing than risk a direct no. 4. Emotional immaturity. They experience feelings as overwhelming, like a flood they don't know how to manage, so they contain it by withdrawing. 5. Avoidance of intimacy. This is a big one. Intimacy doesn't just mean closeness. It means being seen, being known, being accountable. A person who is avoidant with intimacy can feel a lot, but the moment feelings start turning into attachment, their nervous system responds with alarm. So they do what calms the alarm. They pull back. That creates the exact paradox you experienced. The deeper the connection gets, the less they show. Not because they feel less, because they feel more and they don't know how to tolerate it. And that paradox is the hook. It makes you chase. It makes you work harder. It makes you try to be safe enough for them to finally open. You become an emotional negotiator. You keep trying to earn an admission. But listen carefully. You cannot earn someone into courage. You cannot love someone into capacity. You cannot be perfect enough to make a fearful person stop being fearful. Their fear is not a puzzle you solve. It's a limit you recognize. This is where the story becomes dangerous for you. You start believing that because they felt so much, you should stay. You start believing that if you leave, you're abandoning something deep. But depth of feeling is not the standard for a relationship. Safety is. Consistency is. Repair is. Clarity is. There are people who feel less intense emotions and still show up more consistently. And those relationships are healthier than the ones built on hidden depth and visible absence. The question isn't, did they feel it? The question is, did they hold me in a way that made me feel secure? Because a person who feels a lot but shows little often leaves you doing the emotional labor alone. You carry the meaning. You carry the hope. You carry the interpretation. You carry the uncertainty. And that drains you. It makes you start bargaining with yourself. Maybe I don't need that much. Maybe I shouldn't ask. Maybe I should be more patient. And slowly, you shrink into a version of yourself that is easier for them to keep. That's the quiet tragedy. Their inability to show what they feel trains you to accept less than you deserve. So here's the brutal clarity that actually liberates. If they felt more than they showed you, they still chose not to show you. And choice matters. People will tell you they don't know how. And sometimes that's true. But you are not building a life with someone's intentions. You are building a life with their behavior. You can feel compassion for why they are the way they are and still refuse to live inside it. Compassion does not require access. Understanding does not require endurance. Now, if you're thinking, but I could feel it, I know they cared. I believe you. And I'm still going to protect you with this truth. Caring is not the same as choosing. Caring can exist in someone who is still self-centered, still avoidant, still emotionally unavailable. Caring can exist in someone who will still leave you confused. Caring can exist in someone who will still return only when it's convenient. Caring can exist in someone who will still watch you from a distance instead of meeting you in reality. and that's why you can't build your healing on their hidden feelings. Hidden feelings will never give you the thing you actually needed: a stable, lived experience of being loved. Hidden feelings can be real and still be useless to your nervous system. Your nervous system needs consistency, not mystery. Another piece people miss is that some people hide feelings because they want to keep options open. If they admit you matter, they have to choose. If they choose, they lose their escape routes. So they stay ambiguous. Ambiguity gives them maximum freedom and gives you maximum anxiety. And that's why you must stop romanticizing ambiguity as depth. Ambiguity is not depth. It's a strategy. Sometimes conscious, sometimes not. But the result is always the same. You are left waiting for proof that never arrives in the form you actually need. So what do you do with this if you're trying to heal? You stop using their inability to express as a reason to keep explaining yourself. You stop auditioning for their honesty. You stop living for the moment they finally admit it. Because even if they did admit it, the question remains: can they sustain it? Can they show it consistently? Can they repair? Can they hold you when it's uncomfortable? Can they choose you when it costs them pride? If the answer is no, then an admission becomes a beautiful sentence sitting on top of the same unstable pattern. And unstable patterns are what break you. Here's what I want to give you instead: a clean way to close the loop in your mind. You don't need to know how much they felt. You need to know how it felt to be with them. Did you feel safe? Did you feel secure? Did you feel seen in a way that lasted? Did you feel chosen without having to beg? If the answer is no, then their feelings don't become your responsibility. Their feelings become their private experience, and your job becomes protecting your life. Because you don't heal by proving you were lovable. You heal by refusing to stay where love is hidden and inconsistent. So yes, they may have felt more than they ever showed you. But you are not here to be someone's secret feeling. You are not here to be someone's internal conflict. You are not here to be someone's almost. You are here to be met. You are here to be chosen in reality, not just missed in silence. And if you take one thing from this, let it be this: the love you deserve is not the love you have to decode. It's the love you can live in. Welcome to Attachment Alchemy Lab. You're safe here.